Tag TV and Tag Radio. Be seen and heard by both technology users and technology producers throughout the state of Georgia and around the world. Low cost, big benefits, powerhouse online branded video and audio has arrived. Tag TV, Tag Radio, there's a lot more to know. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by Globalspeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of Globalspeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions. In the past, it was warmly called the heart of Georgia, for its long history of true Southern gentility and pure old-fashioned Georgia hospitality. Today, the metropolitan region surrounding Macon, including Warner Robins and Fort Valley, is referred to as Central Georgia, with a combined population of nearly 400,000. Undoubtedly, a special place where its character can best be described as New Southern, a blend of progressive thinking, yet respect for history. For the Technology Association of Georgia, it's all new territory to expand its mission, joining with technology leaders across the central region of the state to work together towards expanding the economy and supporting what experts predict will be considerable growth well into the century. Greetings, everyone. It's Friday, April 6, 2012, and this is Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. I'm your guest host, Frank Baia. The Tech Talk goes on the road as we visit TAG's new chapter liaison, Robert Betzel, president of Infinity Network Solutions, 2011 winner of the Macon Chamber Small Business of the Year Award and a recipient of the Middle Georgia Patriot Award for its commitment to helping U.S. service personnel win local employment. Infinity Network Solutions was founded in 2000 to provide organizations in the central Georgia region and beyond with a better IT experience. With staff strategically located throughout the state and partnerships built over years of trusted performance, the IT provider extends technology as a service not only to local businesses but to regional clients as well. Robert is a 16-year IT industry professional and has been president of Infinity since 2000. Rob, as his community friends and clients fondly refer to the IT company president, serves on the advisory boards of several local universities and departments of IT, including Macon State College and Georgia College. Having served on the Small Business Exchange for Cisco Systems and the Partner Advisory Council for 3Com Corporation, his passion is solving problems and improving business through technology, not only for existing clients' needs, but also on the next shifts in technology. A true community activist, he supports Ronald McDonald House, Habitat for Humanity, and the March of Dimes. Adding to all that he is and all that he does, Rob is a published author. His The Company Culture Challenge is all about building stronger company cultures. The Tech Talk takes a turn into Macon and Central Georgia as we meet the catalyst for TAG's future chapter, Rob Betzel, President, Infinity Network Solutions. Rob, welcome to Tech Talk.
Thank you for having me on the program.
Well, Infinity certainly has a grand reputation, managed print solutions, a lot of IT services, but let's focus in on the geographic area for our listeners today and talk a little bit about Macon and other central Georgia businesses. What's the atmosphere down there like?
Middle Georgia's IT business is going well down here. We have a number of organizations that are extremely IT-focused in the enterprise space, and a lot of our small businesses are beginning to really embrace IT as a strategic initiative and a strategic advantage to their businesses.
Well, that really brings up a good point, and that is go into some of, I think certainly our listening audience, being primarily technology executives, TAG members, know and understand and live the subject every single day. But now when we're talking about small to medium-sized enterprises, you know, with the internet and with the cloud and with digital distribution everywhere is everywhere kind of thing, what are some of the problems and some of the opportunities that you're seeing from the marketplace as it relates to IT solutions?
Well, really in Middle Georgia, one of the, you have a lot of businesses that have really struggled with the economy for as long as they really can, and now they're needing to make new investment, but they're looking for ways to do it smartly. So you're seeing a lot of organizations, transition towards cloud services because they're looking for ways to acquire that technology as a service and as a utility instead of as a capital outlay. So we're seeing a lot of hosted solutions. We're seeing a lot of people looking for ways to get into cloud applications versus on-premise applications to defer those capital costs, and they're doing the same thing a lot of times with their support services.
I guess, it's almost, amateurish would probably be a good term, but certainly naive to think that things are much different where you are anywhere else in the state of Georgia, anywhere else in the nation, Lord knows anywhere else in the world. Certainly two big issues are business continuity and disaster recovery. I think one of the things that I understand you guys are involved in is some direct contact with the community is relating to, say, a seminar series. Maybe go into a little bit about that.
We do. We actually run a series we're doing this year called Tech Tartar, and its website's TechTechTartare.com, and it's actually a series of events we're going to be doing over different food events. This month is actually Bistro and Backup, and we're doing an educational opportunity for businesses here who really want to take the time to stop and look at what is important, not only to back up, because everybody knows to back their data up. That's not what's important. The important is how do you recover it? How do you not only get it recovered from a giant event like a tornado or a flood, both of which we have around here, everybody remembers those, but how do you recover from simple things like power outages or, a water leak? And so you have a lot of small businesses that don't really focus a lot of attention there because they don't realize they have a significant risk. So we're wanting to educate the community on what the steps they need to take from a business perspective to make sure that they're ready to embrace technology that will allow them to recover quickly and be back in business when events happen.
When you look at IT solutions, IT services, and the kind of service that you provide, but I'm sure others in the industry as well, give some advice to the people that are in business who, out of today's busy and chaotic schedule, really don't have the time to know what's the next big thing, what's important to them from a competitive standpoint. For that matter, I would even guess that once they know and understand even partially what they need, how they go about looking at return on investment. Talk a little bit about how do I learn enough to know what to do?
Well, I think the first step is to find a good technology partner. I mean, for a lot of small businesses that don't have the ability to have a true in-house IT department or CIO in-house, especially an executive-level IT person, they need to find a trusted partner. Start there. You locate someone that you can leverage their knowledge. In Infinity Network Solutions, we have 20 employees who have a combined 100-plus years of IT experience. When you stop and really look at a lot of us. And what we are able to do is bring that to bear for our clients. And some of the things they need to stop and work on, really, things are the next big things are going to be, again, utility computing. People use the word cloud, and I don't like to use the word cloud. I like to use the word utility computing because that's really what it is. It's the consumption of technology like a power bill. You use it when the lights are on, and when the lights are off, you're not using it. So how do you acquire services that are focused in a manner that allows you to consume them on demand and then put them down when you're not? Because a lot of companies now are really trying to, again, you're trying to be lean, but as soon as you hit that spike and you need to grow, you don't want IT to hold you back. And then again, a lot of companies don't have the staff, there in-house to do things. So that partnership, again, becomes more critical to have someone who is experienced in doing it and who can leverage bringing many different technologies to bear. Because, again, an in-house staff is used to managing what's there, but what's next isn't their job. So that's where those partnerships really become important.
I would say probably it's even a challenge if you had a CTO or a CIO anymore. With all the changes and the rapid evolution, more and more I'm thinking trending is going to various kinds of managed services. I know you do print solutions as one managed service, but outsourcing more and more of this kind of thing. Maybe go into a little bit of, let's say, from a vertical standpoint, I wouldn't necessarily think about outsourcing my print problems, but ideally there's a burden of having to deal with printers and toners and all that kind of thing. Talk a little bit about how that works as an example of, say, other things that a good trusted partner, as you say, would be of value to an SME.
Well, with any solution, what you got to decide is it critical and core to your business, and managing your printers and the service of them and really the consumables that are associated with them, and having to stock and keep capital in those things really is core to your business. So, it's nothing. Managed print's not anything new. The copier business has been doing it for years, but what you're finding now is it's not a copier anymore. It's now all those desktop printers, and really IT has become responsible for them. So you find a partner who's capable of helping you evaluate how you print, where you're printing, how you're actually creating imaging in general, and then how can you consolidate down, or how can you properly place those things, and then how can you consume and acquire the service and the materials for them in a fixed cost. That's what a lot of businesses are looking for. They're looking for a way to defray costs, or they're looking for a way to fix their costs. You can put it in an operating budget when you understand it's going to be X dollars per month, and you don't have to worry about it going up or down. You know it as part of your budget. So again, you mentioned that the CTOs and the CIOs being on staff. In smaller businesses, again, you're really asking IT, who's historically been responsible for turning the screws and running the widgets in the back of the room. You're asking them to have true business conversations that many of them they didn't go to school for. I mean, many of us didn't have an MBA the way I do, that you can really sit down and understand business. Again, it's really managed print along with all the other systems. You really stop and determine what's core and critical to your business, and from there, you determine what you can outsource at a fixed cost that you can afford. And again, we utilize both our accounting and our CPA firms, our fixed cost programs with them, because that allows us to better budget for our own business needs.
You really bring up a good point in the fact that and we have an opportunity here to talk to CTOs and CIOs, many of them are saying exactly the same thing. They didn't even, and we're talking about large corporations, they're being faced with boardroom discussions and reaching into other departments that they never would have gotten into before, because IT now impacts so many other aspects of the business that it doesn't just stop anymore with just the simple equipment. Okay, so now, I'm a medium-sized operator. I certainly understand that I'm trying to keep up with what's going on out there. Is the industry, how do I get advice? Do I have to pay for it in terms of just reviewing my business and understanding what I need to do?
I've always believed that free advice is worth exactly what you pay for it. So I think it depends on what you're seeking. There are a lot of people, and including us, that put out a lot of, information, but it's really not the information that's powerful. It's how to apply the information to your organization. We provide fixed cost, fee-based consulting for assessments. A lot of organizations will have us come in and look at how they're currently operating, and we do that in a manner that allows us to provide them back a report that's agnostic of sales. We actually deliver, for a cost, a report that says, here's your current state. Here are the things that we believe you should be looking at based on our business conversations with you to take you forward into the next direction. And then that client can look at those recommendations and say, okay, well, let's talk about this one. And then they can go to us or someone else to actually have that implemented.
Now, again, we're talking about Macon, and we're talking about Central Georgia. We are watching a burgeoning, growing, expanding technology industry, a technology sector. TAG is beginning to outreach throughout the state, Savannah and other cities that are looking at the prospect of having TAG groups that begin there. We understand that Macon and Central Georgia is beginning to look at that same issue. Maybe go into a little bit about what that might mean to the business community and the technology community if TAG were to get organized there and really provide the same kind of services and outreach and networking they do here in Atlanta.
I think this is one of the most critical components for IT, especially in Central Georgia. We're a duality of a number of cities that are fairly disconnected from each other, and other than the vendors of IT that know many of the IT staff throughout different organizations, they're fairly island in the way they operate. So TAG being able to come in and provide them a way to get to know each other in a non-threatening setting, I think is going to be critical to having a true collaboration where you can have the knowledge transfers or even the collaborative project-based things that right now we don't have. I mean, TAG, I've been watching TAG for years in Atlanta and thought, this is a great organization. I wish we had one down here. And when we heard they were coming, it was instantly something I said, okay, how do I get on board? How do I get involved with helping TAG reach out to all the people that I know, because I want to see this succeed, because they'll not only bring in the networking component where they can work together, but TAG brings in so many things. The economic gardening program that they've been talking to us about, the ability to help businesses like us and other organizations here that aren't even technology related to be able to learn more about the data of their community so they can know how to grow their business, where to focus their business. There's an absolute economic impact TAG's going to have, and I think it's critical for Middle Georgia for us to be able to compete because, it's quite frankly, it's going global. And we're no longer just competing with people here locally or even in Atlanta, not even regionally. It's nationwide, it's worldwide. You have to be able to compete, and if you don't have access to those networks to learn from and to network with and to receive services from, you'll fail.
Infinity Network Solutions, if I'm correct, it's infinitynetworks.net. Is that the URL?
That is our URL, correct.
Okay, and also one more time on the business continuity and disaster recovery, Lunch and Learn. When's the next event?
We're doing it this month. It is you can register for it and actually the rest of our series for the rest of the year at Tech, TECHTARTARE, techtartar.com. And again, anyone who's listening wants to sign up and come down. We have them at great places with great meals. We did sushi and security last month. We'll be doing them all the rest of the year. We actually do a low country boil in May, which is a really good event we've been doing for the past 5 years, and we have about 100-plus people come out to it each year and have a good time, so we'd love to see people come out to it.
I would imagine it'd be a great way to meet some new friends and make contacts in an area where some of us are not necessarily that knowledgeable. I'd like to know, when's the wine event?
That is one that we have. We're actually having a happy hour with happy clients in, I can't remember if it's September or October, so we do actually have an event like that, but not wine specifically.
Okay. Well, Rob, thank you so much for taking time out of what I know is an extremely busy schedule to visit with us today on Tech Talk.
Thank you very much. You have a good day.